It's just, good morning, everybody. I'm Chris Doyle from Tennessee, and there's just so many things happening right now. And I know that, it's in business. Most of you know me from my business background. There's ups and downs. I mean that very clearly. I mean, when I didn't preface this with the coaches, so I'm going to tell a little story here. I think that people need to understand we are all struggling with the new website and so many things happening. And I've been as frustrated as anybody because I'm not very high tech. Ken Bailey keeps me calmed down because things are looking better. But I've been stressed about the website simply because I know people are stressed about it. But here's what I'm going to tell you a quick story that's going to take about 2 minutes. And I think it made me think back in time in my own business, because for most of you that know that I owned a manufacturing company with over 400 employees at one time. But as we were growing, we hit a growth spurt where we had to build onto the plant. And I remembered it vividly last night. It's almost like I woke up in a dream thinking, what am I so frustrated about with this website? Because I had to rebuild the plant right in the middle of production. And I remember how bad things got for a few weeks. And it was awful. And we had spent money and we bought all this equipment and I couldn't get the other working. We couldn't keep the plant running right. We were shutting down because of tying in electrical and we're tying in the plumbing. And then guess what happened? It all got finished in about 3 weeks. And what unveiled in the plant where my productivity quadrupled literally the next month. So everything that I was frustrated about and upset about was worth everything that I had waited on to get happen. And obviously none of y'all will understand that from what I remembered back then, but I see the same thing happening with what's going on right now with this incredible website and what we're experiencing with frustration. Even this morning, I just got on, the travel site's working now. The diamond part's back on again. So there's little things that I will assure you they are close to the end. I know we're going to talk about the website first. At least that's what I had on my agenda, Todd. Is that what you want to speak on first? We're going to talk about the website first. Let Ken give us the update.
Yeah, we're going to go to Ken Bailey and Anthony and Craig Tomanini, all three of them, and get our updates for the week.
So I get so many phone calls because I think I'm kind of the old man of the season, what I feel myself out. Every time I look on here, I look like I don't know if there's anybody on here my age. Maybe a couple from Arkansas that they'll get on. I got Merle on here, so it makes me feel a little younger. But I'm this old guy that's been around business. Guys, I'm as frustrated as anybody, but on the other side, I understand that what's coming will be, if you will just get past the frustration, no different than the things that we do to change things in our lives, the frustration of change. And you're going to come out this other end with so many tools, and I see so much happening that I will tell you, in my case, my plant went from being able to run $100,000 in volume a week. That's what we were able to do, and that's max after we were in 24/7, to being able to run $2 million of volume a month. So we cut $500,000 a week. What am I explaining that to you for? It's got really nothing to do with network marketing other than understand I see the same problems, the things that you have to go through to get to the next level sometimes require and will stress you out. And I'm just as guilty as anybody. But Ken Bailey, you always seem to put a calm over us, even though I know you've been stressed as well. So we're going to go to you and Anthony to talk about what has happened over the past week. And I'm getting text messages that says we're really close, that almost everything will be finished. So Ken, tell us where we are on the new websites and the tools that are coming that's going to take us to this next level of what I call not only level up our business, I guess I should just say it that, where we're going to level our business up to the next level. I've been leveling my health up, by the way. One last thing, I'm down 16 pounds, Coach Rowland, 16 pounds since we started. You better keep running.
All right, Chris, thanks. And congratulations on that, leveling up on the weight loss. And guys, we did a lot on the website last week, not as much today because we got so many things to get to, but I do want to catch everybody up to date. And I love Chris's analogy. And if you were with us last week, I used the analogy of moving into your dream home, which I've been blessed to recently do. And it goes along exactly with what Chris was just saying. Folks, when you're moving into a new home, there's some delays, there's frustrations, there's mistakes made by the builder maybe, and that kind of stuff. But then once it gets complete, like right now, I have to pinch myself and absolutely love where I'm at. So just know that your dream house, your dream system is being built right in front of you. There's still some rooms that need to be added. There's some furniture needs to be put in place, that kind of stuff. But you're going to love it. Absolutely. In fact, I was in talking to corporate this week's different people, Chris, Todd, I found out some things this week that I didn't know was going to be added and put in there. And I'm here to tell you that the dream house that I thought we were going to have last Saturday, it's even better than I thought. Okay. It's kind of like once you move into your dream house, Chris, the last thing that's done is the landscaping and the outdoor space. Imagine getting ready to move into your house and you find out, oh, there's going to be a pool in the backyard, or there's going to be recreational space or a pond or a better view than you thought. All that is happening as we speak. And the last thing on the analogy with the dream house, when a house is being built, folks, and the framing and all goes up, there's a low period where you think nothing's happening. But in behind the scenes, they're putting in the electrical, the plumbing, the heating and air, one more thing in particular in behind this, insulation is all going in, and it takes a few weeks. And you're like, boom, then all of a sudden the windows go in and the sheetrock and the flooring and boom, boom, boom. That's exactly where we're at. What I mean by that, you're going to see things accelerate as we go forward. And I'm going to cover real quickly here in a second, things that were just put in from last Saturday to this Saturday. And there's a lot, okay? And I won't go into details on all of it. I'm just going to give you some tips on a few things and whatever, but just realize it's going to be better than you think, Chris. It's going to be better than I thought. Okay. So huge things happening. But a couple things. First, some reminders. We do have 5 step-by-step videos that have already been produced. They're on, Anthony may talk more about that. I know he's put them on his YouTube site and they're on our Facebook pages. For example, there's a how to sign into your back office. If you're with RX, you got to put an A in front of your ID number. If you were with Noni, you put an N. If you're a new person since the convergence, you'll have an N in front of your ID. But we have a step-by-step of 5 different things that are real important.
Ken, can you say that one more time? Can you say that one more time? Because that's one thing I keep getting every week, because that's something everybody needs to kind of send out to their own teams. Go slowly through that.
Okay. Again, Anthony has a step-by-step. We have 5 step-by-step videos that corporate produce, and they're in different places. And one of them is how you log into your back office. When you have your rep ID number, most of you, it's a 7-digit number. If you were with RX, Limu, the RX team, you'll put A in front of whatever your ID number is. If you were with Noni, you'll put an N. If you signed up since the convergence, all the new ID numbers have an N in front of it. So that's how you log in. N plus your old ID number and then whatever your password is. Go to newage.com. Anthony, anything to add on there? I know you unmuted there.
Oh, well, yeah, that's it. You know, and the best way, Brent always says, the best way to learn is just go do it, just try it yourself. So try it yourself. Make sure you put a capital A if you were RX and a capital N if you came over from the New Age side, and then a capital N if you're brand new.
Yeah, and I'm going to quickly go through the list of things that have been added from last week in case you don't know they've been added. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips and notes on a couple of those that would just help you in maneuvering the website. First of all, which is one of the biggest things we needed, is the tree view. Now, the tree view is in your back office now, but again, the room's there, okay? But realize the trim work's got to be done. You know, there's furniture got to be put in there. It's going to get easier and prettier and whatever, because right now, if you go to the tree view, you'll see some places it'll have the ID number, but not the name. But here's a couple of notes and tips I want to point out to you. If you go to that tree view screen, there's a search box. You can put in an ID or a name in that search box and find somebody in your downline and see what their ID number is, say for placement. So if I knew I was going to place somebody under Anthony, if he was on my downline, I can go ahead and put Anthony. In fact, folks, you can put an A in the search and it'll show you everybody on your team that starts with an A. You can put their first name, last name. Up above the search, there's a place to put their ID. You can put their ID number in and it'll bring up their name. So there's a big help right there in that tree view. So make sure you know that's there. New Age Pay has been added. That's where you do your direct deposit information. You can split it up into different banks if you want to. Lifestyle Perks. Chris mentioned that's where travel, diamonds, RX Medical. And I played around with the travel last night, this morning, testing things and whatever. For example, I put in Salt Lake City during our convention time. Little America, which is a place a lot of us like to stay, Todd. We've stayed there many, many times. The best price online for Little America for that weekend was $138. We got it on our website for $91. I mean, so what, almost a 40% savings. So travel's there. Also, guys, when you go into travel, I went through like I was going to book it, and it gets down to another new thing that's been added is New Age Business Rewards. You'll see that in your X office. Right now, there's just a template there. New Age Business Rewards is going to replace AOR, RX Opportunity Rewards, which is a long name and whatever. How about New Age Business Rewards? Really simple. There's just a frame there right now, but they're going to be adding those things. By the way, Jeff Yates has been in charge of adding those things, and I've heard I don't know how many comments about how much we're going to love the New Age Business Rewards even better than what we had at the AOR. Also, it's been added a failed subscription report, which is like failed auto deliveries. So you can see if anybody's auto delivery didn't go through, and then qualifying orders due this week. So guys, all those reports have been added. They're going to be formatted better for you, simplified for you, more things added as we go forward. So again, just back to what I said earlier, we're going into our dream house, to our dream system. There's some pain. There's some, I'll share this real quick. Chris, Todd, when my house was being built, one of the rooms is supposed to have 10.5-foot ceilings. I walk in the next morning and they put them at 9 feet. Huge difference. Guys, they had to tear the ceiling out and redo the whole thing. But now you wouldn't even know it happened, right? So there's going to be some mistakes and whatever. But guys, in the end, if we'll endure here, you're going to have the best system, I believe, in the industry's ever seen for growth and acquisitions or whatever we need to do. Todd, Anthony, Craig, anything else you want to add?
One of the things I add also, I mean, I know that New Age Share app isn't just up and running just yet, but have you seen the new videos that was put on there for a new brand partner? And Brent has always told me over the years, go do it yourself. Look at it from a new brand partner, a new promoter's aspect for yourself first. So then you'll see what your new people are looking at. And so I did that. I actually sat down and watched each video. They're short videos. Most of them are shorter than 3 minutes or so. But they go through, like, even one of them shows a new person how to create a story. And those are on your New Age Share app. I know the app isn't running just yet. But Maria just also messaged us yesterday. She told us that all the PDFs are on there now. So you can have all the PDFs for all our brands on there. So you don't have to be the expert. One of the things I love about it, this company is you don't have to be an expert. I didn't go to school to be a doctor. I love Dr. Ginger. I love Dr. Crystal, but I don't know everything. I just good at showing PDFs, and that is a great way. PDFs and videos are on there that you can go ahead and start looking and see what's on there. And I just wanted to let everybody know that. Go check out your New Age Share app. The videos should be right there.
Hey, Anthony, real quick, would you tell everybody where to grab? Is it under tips, the videos in the New Age Share out?
Yes.
They're asking in the chat.
As soon as you go to the New Age Share app, it's going to be the first little tab at the bottom left. It'll be tips. They renamed it to tips. If you don't see tips, that means you just need to update your app. Maybe I even encourage you to go delete it real quick and then re-download it. All you do is log in with your normal back office information, and you'll be able to get into your New Age Share app. Tips, tools is where you'll find the PDFs. And soon you'll be able to go to more.
If you would too, put in the chat box where they can find those step-by-step videos. We had a bunch of people asking where those are.
Okay.
And last tip here, folks, if you're trying to find something and you get frustrated or whatever, there's so much being added every day. I suggest walk away from it from a day or two and then go back and you'll see, oh my goodness, look how much they've added. And you'll realize it's kind of like if you're watching that house being built, you really can't notice, but you leave for a few days and come back and you're like, wow, look how much they've gotten done. Do that with the system. You'll feel better.
The system is amazing.
Craig Tomanini is one of our guests today. He's also a full-time IT guy in his real profession. So, Craig, share your story with everybody, but also give your insight on the website too.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Got you loud and clear, Craig.
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, I've been in IT for about 28 years now as a software tester, and I'll just echo a lot of what Ken is saying. You know, the message I've been trying to put out there to New Age as a community is just patience, really. You know, and when you do software releases, they're never perfect. They always have layers of issues with regards to things working correctly. And so just being patient is really key. And I also want to just do a shout out to customer service, our tech support people, the people that are doing all the design work, you know, from an IT staff perspective. It's a lot of work, and they're doing a great job fielding all the questions and working with people in the field. And even that is not going to ever be perfect. So I want to give kudos to them because they're doing a great job. And we are on the tail end of it now. And I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. My story, you know, I've been with this industry for a little over 5 years now. For those that don't know, I started more for my health, so very in line with this level up movement that we're having now. I was over 400 pounds at the time that I started this business, and I was high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I couldn't work out, and I knew that that was the source of what I needed to do to change my lifestyle. And when I found out about some of the products that we had with the Limu company, that was really the vehicle for me to lose weight. I've lost 161 pounds of weight to date. And I've not only lost it, but I've maintained that loss. And like I shared last night at our party in Oklahoma, I've also lost over 14 inches of my waist size. And that has been significant. I continue to lose inches off my waist. So the health part obviously is a big part of what I'm doing with the business. It's what I share with people most, but honestly, as the last few years have gone by, what I've really come to enjoy is the fact that through my own transformation with my health, I've been able to also transform my financial position. When I started doing this, I was working in this trade 80 to 100 hours a week in IT, and I was doing that so that I could earn enough money to kind of, you know, quote unquote, make things work. And they weren't working. I was still really broke. My wife and I were over $250,000 in debt, and had 4 kids and a new son on the way when I started. And I've been able to pay off that debt. We're in a place now that we did the debt-free screen with Dave Ramsey, and we are now putting money away into an emergency fund for about a year of my monthly expenses so that I can actually do what I've really been dreaming about for the last few years, which is to use this as my full-time opportunity. So to exit my IT career and be part of what we are building here at New Age. I was telling someone the other day that's a friend of mine in IT. I said, you know, the thing that's really crazy is it took getting into a company like this to make me excited about a software release again. I haven't been this passionate about new technology for so long, and it's one of the reasons I want to leave that career. And yet I get to work in a group of people with an amazing company that's building probably the best piece of software I've ever seen in my lifetime. And it's going to directly impact the bottom line of how my family and my legacy is left behind. I love what we're doing. And you know, before the event we had last night, I reached out to Coach Palmer and I said, so you're not here, you know, to be at this party and close the room. And I said, you know, what are a couple things that you would bring forward, you know, to this audience? It's a new market for us down here. Launching someone's business. And he said, I would definitely talk about the movement that we're creating with Level Up. And I would definitely talk about the timing of where we're at as a company. And it couldn't have been more spot on with what I wanted to bring forward to that group of people last night. And it was really successful. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. That's my story.
That's awesome, Craig. That's very, very good. I've been watching you for a long time, and your story always is inspirational because you've done such a dramatic change. You know, one thing that I want to add to what you said about the Level Up program, I've been with the company 8.5 years and certainly changed my health dramatically. But I will promise you, having some accountability and having a group to take y'all. I don't know if y'all saw my glass of wine last night, but it was Noni. It wasn't a glass of wine. Brent Palmer's like, what? I could see his face. He did like, I took a wine glass. When I even got out one of my I'm talking about $100 wine glass, leaded glass, and decided I wanted to pour some Noni. Dr. Ginger gave me the idea. She said, pour it up. And I'm going to tell you something. The only problem was I wanted to drink the whole bottle of Noni, just like I had done my wine in the past. So I drank on my Noni juice. It is like great. And I thought, you know what was amazing? Judy came in the room, my wife did. So, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be drinking. I'm like, I'm not. It's noni juice. And she started laughing. And I said, you know what? I kind of enjoyed it. I sipped it, drank it for over an hour. The only problem was I couldn't want to go back and get another one. And I thought I drank expensive wine. Noni juice is a little more expensive than red wine. So anyway, but here's the good news. When I got up this morning, man, I felt great. I felt so good because I drank another couple of glasses of noni instead of a couple of glasses of red wine. And I got on the scales and I was down another pound. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get these glasses broken out. We're fixing to have different cocktails. I may do a whole MOA package for about 4 or 5 MOA packs at night now. So anyway, I just wanted to think that's funny. It's a leveling up.
I was just gonna say, Chris, we should create a new pack called the former drinkers pack or something. I would probably a better name than that, but for those that don't, you can, you know.
I wouldn't have thought this would
Chris,
to me.
we got a lot of guests today.
Yeah.
We had a record week here in Alabama. So, some people don't even know there's website changes going on. They're just not paying attention to that part. But I know that and by the way, we're going to go through Level Up this morning. We've got a little training on it. That way, you know exactly step 1. It's actually step 1 through 15 if you end up running the whole course, but you never got to do more than the first 6 steps. We're going to go through that completely. We got a PowerPoint built, but let's go real quick to Angela up there with you, Chris. Why don't you let's get Angela's take on her Level Up first week or two.
I'll just do an introduction to Angela DeBerry. Most of you have heard of hot chocolate, and really, to make a long story short, Angela was there the very first day Hot Chocolate joined, and I've told the story that Hot Chocolate made a phone call to her trainer and to somebody else, and she drove all the way from Memphis. When people say, well, I ain't got time to meet, Angela got in her car, drove from Memphis, Tennessee to Jackson. For those that don't know, that's 70 miles to meet on these products, met with Kristen because she was very interested in the training, joined on the spot. But I want her to tell her story because she's had a tremendous transformation. It wasn't like she didn't already work out because she's a personal trainer, but she had aches and pains. And I want you to talk about what Moa's done for you. And I look at this, she's got her Level Up shirt on right now.
Well, I got my hot chocolate Level Up shirt on.
That's close enough.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me. And this company has been awesome. It has been a great asset for me as well as my family. I think I post more videos about my mom and her transformation than I do myself. But yes, when Chris is right, Hot Chocolate called me, and honestly, Chris, I was reluctant. And when she called, I said, I'll just hear about it tomorrow. I'll call her tomorrow. But something in me said, just go. So I got up and got dressed, and I did drive, joined the group. I was impressed with the presentation that you gave about the wealth and as well about the health. So I was interested. And then there was that other something else on the way home that said, did you just join another network marketing business? What did you just do? Did you just invest, most of your money in another network business? And so that was going on in my head all the way home. But yes, I did. And I have not regretted it since. This new Level Up, of course, I was a trainer, pretty much, eating right and doing all the right things. But this Level Up transformation, I love because it's like we're family. It's like all of us are being what we're talking about. We are these products. And so as a family, we are representing ourselves as these products. And the Hot Chocolate team, I tell them, okay, we got to do more than just taking these supplements. We got to supplement the supplement. Okay, so, exercising, being active, drinking your water, eating, the approved food list. All of that is supplementing the supplements. So, I've been doing Christian's Beast Mode. I've done that. I haven't done it every day, but I've been doing that ongoing. And even as a result of the Level Up challenge, I've lost like 5 more pounds. Now, the more that I've been taking, I was having issues, as far as energy, exhaustion, even though I was doing all the right things. Hey, I just turned 55. So my body started doing some other things on its own, even though I was doing all the right things. And I'm like, okay, what do you want now, body? But I started taking the more. And I started actually taking the whole system. I was having issues in my arm, so I couldn't lift weights anymore, just maybe smaller weights. So as a result of the more, I remember the first month I took it, I told Christian, I said, you know, I woke up and I realized that there was no tingling and hurting in my arm. And she said, oh, I said, but I still have some in my fingers. He said, well, I just about bet if you give it another month, it's gonna be gone. And she was right. The next month, which would have been 2 months on the more, I had lost another 5 pounds. The tingling in my arm, the hurting in my fingers and tingling, it's completely gone. So as a result of that, I'm back lifting again. You know, it's not taking me 15 to 20 minutes to get adjusted at night, because I literally had my arms propped up on pillows at nighttime trying to get comfortable so I could get some sleep. I had 4 different kind of pain medicines that was not working. So as a result of these products, as a result of this Level Up program, again, I love it because we're doing it as a family, because we're holding each other accountable, and because it's changing our lives. We're not just trying to throw something at people. I tell people when I present it to them, I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm trying to give something to you. And so as a result, these products are working in our life, and we all are going to look like what we're talking about. We're going to be healthy. So we're offering health and wealth. And that's what I love about this company. So yes, I was reluctant to get in the company for 2 reasons. You know, for one, because I've been in network business before, there's never been any support. It's like people get your name on a piece of paper and then they just drop you off and leave you. And so for 2, you know, the products don't work. And so I am proud to be a part of a company where what's in it is in it. What it says that it will do, it will do. So I'm proud to be a part of a company that has integrity. Let me say that has integrity. And I love the support. And I'll never forget at the Arkansas meeting, I didn't know who Aaron Decker was, but you know, we just started talking, just having a conversation. And he literally got down on his knees and just started pouring into me, just pouring nuggets into me and encouraging me and motivating me. And when he got up, he shook my hand and he said, by the way, I'm Aaron Decker. And I'm like, what? But I just love the love and the support of this family. I love the integrity of the products. And I don't think that we're going to be a company that in a few years, people are going to be saying, oh, what happened to that company? I don't think we're going to be a company where people are going to be saying, oh, you know, they used to be this, or their products used to be that. I think that we are actually going to be a company that's going to bring phenomenal results to people's lives, health and wealth. And I believe that this company does not just challenge us to be good. This company challenges us to be great. And I think that's going to pour into everything else into our life. And I believe that this company's name is going to get better and better, instead of people saying, oh, do you remember that company? Their products used to be good, but I don't think there's going to be a but with this company. I think we're going to get better and better, and that we're going to change people's lives. So that's my testimony.
Well, Angela, you got short notice to do this yesterday afternoon, but I mean, when you speak from the heart, and I know that you're excited because of the things that have happened to you personally, and I can hear that in the passion today. So we have so many great testimonials across the country. Thank you so much for sharing. I had no idea what all you were going to go into today. That's one of the cool things about what we do. I think that Coach Palmer and Coach Rowland out of Ken, everybody will know, we don't try to prompt people what they say. I just ask Angela if she a guest and tell, basically talk about what she wanted to say. We didn't prompt anything. I didn't have any idea what she was going to talk about. But
Chris,
yes, Brent, go ahead.
I just got to say this. I met Angela in Arkansas, and she's got a very infectious personality. And you get around her and you can feel it, like there's energy coming out of her. But I got to say this to everybody out there. If you want to be a part, if you go, man, I'm not a part of the Level Up movement. I see it, I hear it, but I hadn't felt it yet. Look at Angela. This is coming to you from a coach. If you want to be a part of something, You live it, you wear it, you feel it, you're in it. And when you look at her shirt, you see level up. When you look at her arm, you see beast mode level up, because that's where she's at. She's wearing the brand. She's in it. She's in it to win it. And when you're in it to win it, the world around you can see it. And Angela, I just want to say thanks for inspiring everybody on here this morning, because when I look at you this morning, I see a person that's all in. And I think that if you're going to crusade a movement, you got to be an all-in type person, and you're carrying that banner for us. So thank you for that.
Thank you guys for having
Congratulations.
me. Thank
And
you.
I will tell you, she's drinking her water, because you can always tell people that drink water by their skin. I cannot believe you're 55 years old. That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Coach, I know
Okay,
you
so
have
we've
the
got-
next guest. I'll turn it to you.
Yes, we got 3 more guests, Chris, and then we're going to go through the level up process the last 15 minutes. But David Daugherty, he obviously can't find, like everybody else, his tree view wasn't working. I was with him Thursday night. He was sitting on like 8,000 volume of signups, and he's like, I don't even know where to put them. And I'm like, well, let's call Ken and let's get you on the elite line. I said, we'll figure those IDs out. So he had the same issues as everybody else, but David, you had a record week. I think you ended up with well north of 10,000 new volume for the week. I know you signed up, thanks to Kristen Doyle, Chris, doing a 30-minute Zoom with us. I love it when people work cross-line. That we're never in competition. We're all out here to help each other, but Kristen and David have no financial correlation with each other, but Kristen zoomed in for a solid 30 minutes with 2 gym owners for David Daugherty. They both came in with ultimates, and congratulations, David. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks, Todd. Yeah. So first of all, huge thank you to Kristen. She was just wonderful. And all I've heard since that Zoom was how knowledgeable and how impressive she was. I've heard that over and over from everybody that was there. But yeah, it was great to have the teamwork. We've had several people rank advance to officer, and it only happened because of the teamwork from Todd, Ken, Jerry, Kim, ourselves, and even the downline. Everybody poured their orders in, and it really helped to rank advance everybody up to be successful. And as part of a team leader, it's really fulfilling. And me and Chris were talking about this prior to the Zoom. When you start having people in your downline rank up and even pass your rank, that's a good thing to celebrate, because you're building stability into your business and you're helping people. And that's what it's all about, is building that stability as you're trying to build a business. And so I won't take up a whole lot of time. I'd really love to hear what John, Shelly, and Shauna have to say. So John, I don't know, I saw where they got kicked off. I hope they're back. If not, I'll let Shauna jump in.
Anthony, can we bring up Shauna Robertson? It should be John and Shelly Tomberlin, I think, will be the other one that you'll see there if they're back on with us. Shauna, you're another water drinker. You look like you're about 25.
Thank you. I tell you, with all the MOA and all of that, I'm beginning to feel like I'm 25 again. I never would have believed it. But I'm Shauna Robertson. I'm from a small town in Andalusia, Alabama. I am a CPA, and I'm a controller for a community bank here in the area and in Florida. So I have a busy job, and I am working this business in my part-time hours. And I have to say, first of all, glory to God for all the blessings and everything he's given to me, because I tell you, I am truly blessed. The other I have to say is the teamwork makes the dream work. And we have an amazing team. And I couldn't have done what I have done if it wasn't for David Daugherty, and John and Shelly Tomberlin, and you, Todd, Rowland, and Kim Gray, and Jerry Halsey. I can go on. There's some amazing folks in this team. It is, I have to say, it's the best. So we have worked together, and I am truly loving this organization. I had my most favorite part, in addition to the products themselves, is the team. I've worked in network marketing. I had been over the last 3 years been with a skincare company, and I have not. There was some teamwork there, but it is not on the level that this company has provided. So it is, if people call it a triple threat, it has it all. It has all the pieces of a business that is definitely going somewhere and make a lot of people successful as well as a lot of people healthy. So I am very thankful and blessed to be a part of it.
Shauna, you're amazing. And by the way, for those of you out there wondering who you should and shouldn't recruit, Shauna, like she said, a CPA. She works for a really large bank, and her husband runs the grocery store there in the town. So they're really highly successful people outside of our industry. So you're not always looking for Todd, Rowland, and Brent Palmer, the two broke football coaches. There are a lot of people out there that are already successful, that are really interested in the business. And David, I just want to brag on you for 1 second. David is a self-starter. He does his own meetings, his own presentations, he does everything. He is just fabulous at this business. And David, you've done an amazing job. Your payday is coming. David, like a lot of people, Shauna and John both are on the same leg. And he's like, wow, I wish I could have one on every leg. But those next great people do come. And David, I cannot brag on you enough. It just what an amazing week. And John and Shelly, I don't know if they were ever able to come up or not, but John actually, another really highly successful person in town. He ran the local restaurant, actually the number one restaurant, I guess, there in that town, or at least one of the top two. I guess Golden Rule and Big Mike's are the two places to eat in Andalusia, I found out. And he just sold his restaurant. David would not let him not do this. So David actually ran the meetings at his restaurant, started building a business underneath his sister Shelly and his brother-in-law John. And I know it's Shelly's business. And John, I'll let you take it. I think maybe Shelly started cashing some checks that you found out about. It's really what caught your attention.
That's right, Todd. Just to say a special thanks to everyone that David had mentioned. David has been a team leader and just a true example of what it takes to be successful. He's helped us in every which way. He's unselfish, and the uplines for him to call on them, Kim Gray, Jerry Halsey, of course, you, Todd, have been really instrumental and really making us successful. So we're very humble. We appreciate my wife suckered me into this, and I had no intention of being a part of New Age. I had more excuses than New Age had products. And I tell you, it's really great. And what I've learned is through helping others, if you believe, you receive. So if you believe in the products, you will receive compensation rewards down the road, but it's helping others. And I've learned too, if anything in groups, when we come together, it doesn't matter if it's an 80-year-old gentleman here in his success story being a walking miracle, and he might not be in it for the compensation. He might be in it just for just to be able to bend down and tie his tennis shoes. And what I've learned is that inspires me. That really helps us to stay level and realize all walks of life. Thankful to Sonia Infinger up in Huntsville let me come and be a part of her group when I got to go up there and visit with you, Todd. So everybody, Kristen White was, if you've never heard her on a Zoom, I tell you what, if you're not in this company, do not get on a Zoom with her because she's the best I've ever seen. So she's really good. So, but my
Well, there's one thing consistent throughout the state of Alabama.
Bad internet. We've lost him a second. We may have lost him more than a second.
David, why don't you close this out, and then we're going to go through the Level Up program. You can say anything else
Yeah,
you
so
wanted to say about John.
Yeah, so John was very successful, and we were holding our presentation. Todd and Jerry told me to be successful, I needed to start an infrastructure consisting of a weekly presentation. So I did that and moved it to John's restaurant for one reason. I wanted his attention. And over that year, they joined just because I think they felt sorry for me. And over that year, all of my upline told me, David, you have to get that meeting out of that restaurant. You need to pick somewhere else. It's too distracting. And I wouldn't do it because I knew I wanted John's attention. And so I left it there until he became active and on board what we're doing. And the day after he became active, I told him, John, I got to move this meeting. So, yeah, it worked. And the level up program, the momentum that it has created has been incredible. We've had several gym owners now joining us, and they're excited about the level up. So, Todd, I'll kick it back to you so we can get into why the level up is so impressive.
Awesome. Congratulations again, because some people freeze on adversity. And Ken Bailey said this last week, but he said any professional marathoner will tell you that they win the race on the heels. When people are struggling, that's when they pass them. So as one person, and Anthony Moreland, a lot of you get positive things from him every day. If you follow him on any of his social media, he's always posting, but he sent me something. I was dealing with a couple of issues middle of the week, and literally right in the middle of it, I was like ready to cuss. And he sent something that says, always try to see the positive before you see the negative in any situation. And even in the midst of dealing with some adversity, there was so much positive. At least I had something to deal with. It's a whole lot better than not having a business at all. So it was tremendously positive. So always find positive in your situation, and that will bring you to the finish line. But the great thing about Level Up is it is a cocooned area where everybody that wants to can win. It is a win drinking a glass of water until you get to a gallon. It is a win when you walk 2 miles in 3 hours. It is a win when you simply eat. As a matter of fact, the biggest win of all may be just eating from the approved food list like you're supposed to 24 hours a day, not in the morning. I'm talking to myself, not in the afternoon, but at nighttime when everything in the pantry is calling your name. It is just following the approved food list. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go through the Level Up program, making sure that not only on the health side, but you also know how to level up financially. So let's move to the next slide real quick. Brent, you want to share anything about Level Up, or Chris, and then we'll go through this.
Yeah, Coach, one of the things, and I know he's tuning in from Hoover, Alabama. Coach Niblett is a great example of Level Up. And Coach, we've got people winning right now. I look at Level Up as a ground floor cocoon movement. Like we're inside of this movement. Everybody right now moving forward has a chance to get into this movement, no matter where you're at. And there's so many wins, like you said, Coach, inside of this movement. Tad Niblett decided to go all in this movement and jump into what you're going to see about a little later with the beast mode. And Coach, I've been with him this week in Hoover, and his team's growing, and just like David's is, and because he's went all into the movement. And I know we're going to have him on maybe in some later segments on one of these Saturdays. But I guess when when we go into this, think about this, and just Tammy Mockbee says it the best. Just simply start. Just start simply. Just start somewhere in the movement. Phase 1, or if you feel like you're ready for phase 2, find your place as you look through this today and go, you know what? I'm going to start branding. I'm going to simply start somewhere in this movement.
Okay, so the first thing, Chris, did you want to say anything? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
Okay, so the first thing that you want to make sure of is that not only you, but everybody that's on your team has the New Age Share app, the new one, on their phone. Let them know it may still be a week, 2 weeks out from fully functional, but as Anthony shared with us this morning, there's already a lot of new stuff available there. Just having access to the PDFs and these new videos is a huge win, huge win. And kudos to Maria, who's now head of rep services, because we're now having a weekly meeting with her, giving her what we need. So funnel that to Brent or Chris, whoever your upline is, and tell her what we need. And we told her we needed all the PDFs and videos to hurry up and get in the app because we don't have access to the library right now. So she got that done this week, and we greatly appreciate that. Make sure everybody is a part of the Level Up Life Facebook group. And I'm gonna give you one quick story on the Level Up Life Facebook group. My wife's chiropractor wanted to lose a little bit of weight. She did not want to do the business. So Ashley asked me what to do. And I said, well, sell her a box of drops. But I said, put her in the Level Up Life Facebook group. So that was a week ago. She went back yesterday for her little weekly adjustment. And the ladies had actually watched Tammy and Erica's cooking show. She had watched the video on RestoreX. She still wasn't ready to join yesterday, but she said, hey, I watched something on some detox about breaking plateaus. Can I buy some of that from you too? So make sure when you're talking to people, even before they join, don't just randomly throw people in there. It'll upset them. But if you talk to them and say, hey, can I put you in our Level Up Life Facebook group? It's a great place for you to see our community, see people going through the process. It's just amazing. So that's the big two things. It's very simple. Only two things: the app and the Level Up Life Facebook group. Next page, Ant.
Hey, Coach, can I say something about that? On the Level Up Life Facebook group, you guys are doing a tremendous job in there commenting on people's posts. That's a big part of that group, Coach. Going in, being a community player, being a team player, and congratulating and commenting on people's posts. But Tammy made a great point to me the other day. One of the things we can do, because we're going to put prospects in that group, is, for instance, if Coach Rowland talks about, man, I'm enjoying, I've lost 7 pounds, I might go in there and comment, hey, Coach, what products are you taking to lose your 7 pounds? And then Coach comments back, I'm taking MOA, I'm taking Noni, and bottom line is, prospects look in those comments and they see what Coach Rowland is doing to lose 7 pounds. And that is a huge attractant to helping all of us grow and add, move those prospects to brand partners with us inside of this page.
Absolutely.
And Brent, I should have already said this, but I will tell you, it's the most inspirational thing that I have been a part of in a really long time. I've never had in many years this much discipline in my life on a daily basis, just because, like everybody, I'm busy. If you're a full-time network marketer, sometimes I have 4 lunches in a day. And then I have an evening meeting, and then I'm starving after the evening meeting. So it's like everybody, it's hard. So when I see Melissa Jackson and Andrew, or when I see Deb in Canada, and I see Tad Niblett, who's right at my age doing beast mode already, and I see Lance McAllister riding 50 miles on his bike, and I see somebody that's just beginning with us, fighting like crazy to get a gallon of water down instead of saying, oh, that's too much water, I can't drink it. It is motivating, because if drinking the water wasn't important scientifically, for those of you that don't know, I've got my master's plus about 60 more hours. I just kept getting more hours when I was coaching high school football to raise my pace. I just kept going up. I don't think it was quite 60, but it was master's plus 30, I believe is what it was. And I got it all in kinesiology and nutrition. So I'm going to tell you, water is really the freest, most productive thing you can do for your body besides sleep. If you can't get a gallon down because you're a 120-pound woman, at least half your body weight in ounces. But that being said, let's walk through this. Next page, Ant. Everybody's read that by now. So when you choose your Level Up starter pack, these plaques will have free shipping associated with them, as long as a person, when they start with you, does part 2. On the next slide, it'll be subscribe and save. So as long as they get their auto ship or subscribe and save on the sign up process, that first shipment's going to come to them whatever the price is, $315 or $320. And the next page, the auto ship just needs to be, or the subscribe and save needs to be 100 volume points or $150. On this next page, you'll see that it is, there's an example of the Rejuvenex and the drops. It obviously, for those of you that are joining us new, can be changed weekly. You can change it every Friday night. You can change it any day of the week, any time of the month, up until the Friday that you're subscribe and save bills. Let a person know when they're joining with you that the first time that subscribe and save will bill is the 4th Friday out. Anything you guys want to comment on the starting part, guys?
Yeah, one of the things, go ahead, Chris, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Brent.
One of the things that I'm seeing, Coach, is people are, when you're sitting down with them at a 2-on-1 or you're on a Zoom with them and you get to this point and you talk about, listen, subscribe and save is not going to bill you for 4 more weeks, but if you set subscribe and save up right now, when you pick your pack, you get free shipping. And in most cases, that's probably a $20 to $30 to $40 discount. It is a hook that 100% of the people go, yeah, put me in on that. So I say that to say it's an advantage for the prospect that is becoming a brand partner, but you got to, it's awesome to walk them through that free shipping opportunity once they click subscribe and save and do 100 points or $150 order.
Absolutely. And just as a footnote, like this week, we signed up several gym owners with ultimate packs. I still sign up, people that are totally sold out on the business side of this as ultimate, or sometimes people that are coming in totally committed to changing their health. And we've got a 10-10-10 ultimate pack that gives us 10 of our 3 favorite products. So, so we do that. Go back one slide, Ant, if you don't mind. But for someone that can't afford to go ultimate or doesn't want to buy the products to go ultimate, because those people exist too. When I was coaching high school football, I would want every product the company had to offer. The problem was the initial $29 was money I didn't have because I couldn't afford to go out to eat. I was so behind on all of my bills with 4 kids and a wife at home. So what the level up process does is that if you're a go-getter, then you can overcome lack of funds to get to ultimate, because once you choose that pack, if you'll go find 4 people to level up with you that pay their $29.99 and get a level up pack or higher, so they can join with any pack. It just has to be a 200-point pack or higher, level up packs for the baseline. Then Brent and Chris, they're going to go ultimate by title and not have to come off with that other $1,800 worth of products, which, again, it is good to sign up as an ultimate. I did. Chris did. Brent did. A lot of us did. I would tomorrow. But for someone that couldn't afford it, like I couldn't when I first began in this industry, Brent, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah,
well, absolutely.
I want to add one thing, is that don't think that just because they do a different pack, they can't join the level up. They don't have to have the level up pack. I had 2 people for hot chocolate yesterday that wanted the exact pack she bought. So they bought the 2-month transformation pack, which was great. But they wanted the exact pack, but I still enrolled them in the level up, that this is what we want to do to get you into the community. So I want to make that very clear. And one more thing that was added here, and Todd said, and find 4 more people to level up with you. If you really want, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, it's not even just for the money side. Yes, you're going to promote the ultimate if you're here for the business, but having 4 people that accountability with you that are someone is just as important as the people that you don't know. Asking someone to level up with you, there's so many people that will say, I want to go to the gym. I need a gym partner. Well, I promise you, Todd and I competing on this thing has made us both more competitive. Let's face it. And that includes Ted Bowles. We're competing, but it's that group thing. So asking 4 people to level up with you, you may not get all 4, you may get 3, but then the other side is it might be like hot chocolate, get 43. So it's important, but there's no limit. You can do more than 4. Don't want you to think you got to quit at 4, but it's very important that you do that early on, not 3 weeks out after you find out the products work. That day, within the next 2 days, let's get your partners. Go ahead. Sorry, interrupt, Coach Palmer.
Well, no, you hit my point, Chris. I mean, we're trying to form a huddle, if you will. So if you start Level Up, I don't care how long you've been in the business. Maybe you just started. Maybe you've been in the business for 11 years. It doesn't matter. If you start Level Up today, like go ahead and grab your huddle crew. What's your huddle crew? It's your four. Like right now it's you and four others going to the gym together, challenging each other, holding each other accountable. But it also, by locking in that, it's qualifying you for the highest payouts in the company for life. Like it never goes away. You get 4 brand partners to do this with you. It's for life. It's locked in.
So let's go back one slide, and really important because of the computer systems, all obviously being integrated and go forward one time. There we go. That the Level Up movement to get 4 brand partners and promote to ultimate your first 8 weeks will not happen naturally. Secondly, because we have so many of the new age Noni reps in now, not everybody's fully trained. So if you have somebody that gets their first 4 brand partners, they pay $29.99, they get a pack and subscribe and save. All 4 must subscribe and save. If that is done, you call the highest person in your upline or get the message to them. That'd be like a Chris or Brent, anybody that is president or above that has access to the elite line. We're going to have to call that into the elite line. It's a 2-second call in. Hopefully, Maria's told us that maybe 30 days or less, it'll all be programmed in. We won't have to do that anymore. But in the meantime, make sure that is called in. And again, if you call just normal rep services, depending on who you get, they may not know what you're talking about. So call somebody in your upline that has access to the elite line, and they will get that called in for you. And we mentioned this already, but the connect factor, I'm just telling you, I've never seen it. It's the part of high school coaching that I really miss, because when you bleed, sweat, suffocate in the high humidity, lose, win with a group of fellow young children, young men, and coaches your age, there's just so much involved in football that you create this community. It's a brotherhood. It's one of the places where race or anything doesn't matter. And I'm seeing the same thing develop in Level Up, is we are from every background in the world. Some people are more interested in the business than others. Some people just trying to drink their first glass of waters. Others like Lance on his 50-mile bike ride while he's listening this morning. But we're all in it together. It brings down all barriers, borders. It's amazing. So I cannot tell you how great this is. From a coaching standpoint, Brent, it is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it truly is defining team. And I look at this, coach, like a CrossFit gym or a gym of any kind that has great accountability. Level Up Life has become this huge gym, if you will, of people that are holding people accountable, that's congratulating, that's welcoming people. And so this is a place that you want to drive your prospects to. You want to drive your community to, that you're getting them to see the Level Up advantages of what this can be. They can relate. They might not be able to relate to you, but they can relate to hot chocolate story inside of here. So this community is unbelievable, Todd.
I want to add something too, Todd. The community part, because the community part becomes that's why Christian's Gym is so successful, because they push each other. But it's the accountability. And most of you may know this. My brother was a doctor that counseled with a lot of professional athletes. And I won't call the athlete's name, but he won a couple of Super Bowls and was an MVP. And he told him, as much as he loved the game and as much as he loved the crowd noise, what he loved the most was his community of players that he worked with. He said, that's what I miss. He said, I don't miss the ending score. I don't miss the bruises. I miss the community. And what I think Level Up has done, at least for me, I've been with this company 8.5 years. And Todd Rowland knows I hate posting. Me and I hate posting on Facebook. I looked, I had 9 posts all of last year, 9. Brent Palmer's like Mr. Post. I posted 9 times, yet I have already posted 9 times on Level Up. I'm not doing it as good as I should, and I'm not perfect on it, but I will tell you, it has made me, it has changed. I wouldn't have thought it was going to make this much difference for me. It has made all the difference. And, you know, last night, as I said, I went, and it's everything. It's the water. It's all of it combined. And I'm not going to be beast mode. I don't even have any aspirations to get to beast mode. But I will tell you this, I'm going to be way better than I was because of this community. It's made a difference. I'm sorry I interrupted. I just think people need to understand what the community means. It'll keep the attrition down. From a business side, it keeps people a part of something that they want to be a part of, the community. Sorry.
Yeah, and props again to Anthony Moreland. We all know how giving he is, but what I'm about to tell you now, Anthony did all of this. He got and by the way, Tracy Turnberg with Noni built these PDFs, but make sure that what you're seeing us use right now, the PDFs, and there's actually a new PDF that's been added now that's actually a daily checklist for you. They're all, if you go to the Level Up Life Facebook group and they're on the right-hand side, you click on files. When you click on files, you can print off every PDF. So we're carrying them into all of our meetings. So when we sign people up, they're getting the Level Up PDFs of what to do, what's expected, their daily checklist. It's you know, the record group there in Alabama, they all have the PDF, and then guides will be all the videos. So there's a video on every Level Up pack, all the different products, what MOA is, what Slenderize is, what Noni is, what Limu is. So it's all there on the Facebook group. But someone like me, I would have never known to look under guides and files. I had no idea what that meant. So make sure you share that with people. We actually trained on that at the Alabama meeting when everybody promoted Thursday night. So real good to have
Coach
that.
Rowland.
Go ahead,
Coach
Brent.
Rowland. I don't know if everybody can see me, but to your point, I did exactly. I went to files. I've got a binder. I went to files and I literally went through and I printed off. I don't know if you see this, but I printed off all of them, laminated them. This is what I take around with me to show, got copies for prospects. And it's so easy. But Coach, me and you both, all the leaders have, we've had people that said, where do we find this stuff? Where do we find the system? Files is where you find the system of Level Up. Exactly the system of Level Up is in files. I would print it off. I would highly recommend it. And guides are the videos. Coach, I just wanted to reiterate that because that's been huge for me this week. I also have been involved with a lot of enrollments in Level Up this week, and having these printed off has been instrumental.
Yeah, and just again, a reminder that the Level Up program isn't designed, we have Level Up packs, but heck, if you're a skincare person, if you're a Lucium or whatever you are, the Level Up is just a community. It can be built with anything you can dream up and imagine for your team. It's just a community for all of us to be a part of, because as we all know, throwing somebody into a network marketing company Facebook group is not an easy thing to do. But if you just get them in a community where they can take or leave the business side of this, it'll be completely up to them. It's just magical. Water is such a key component of weight loss, of detoxifying your body, of healthy skin, healthy hair. I can immediately, just from all my training in the nutrition world, I can immediately tell how much water a person drinks when I meet them by looking at their skin. Everybody's skin is going to be so much healthier if you're flushing all the time. The skin is the largest organ of the world. It catches a lot of those toxins. If you can sweat, it's even better to drink a lot of water and sweat. If you're plateauing, water is instrumental, especially water if you're sweating, because one of the reasons for plateaus are toxins are only safely stored in fat cells. And when these fat cells start shrinking, these toxins have to go somewhere. They cannot go into your blood. It'll be detrimental to your health. And so the body won't let that happen. So deep breathing, that's one of the reasons exercise is so good for you, but you can deep breathe without exercising and drinking your water. A gallon is your goal. More is better if you're a bigger person. Like if you're a big man, more. If you're a small woman, the minimum is half your body weight in ounces, but just because you're small doesn't mean your body isn't full of toxins.
I'm convinced that the water's made such a difference for me because I've been doing it for several weeks now, but it's, and I've got that. By the way, we don't even talk about it a lot, but we have a water filter. For those people trying to drink bottled waters, has that purity water bottle, and that purity water filter is the bomb because you get good, clean. I saw some people having them. And I need to tell more of my team. I forget about all these divisions we have. I have a pump in my house that pumps pure water. My kids love it. My grandkids love it. I mean, and but yes, clean water has made a difference in my health. I can tell the difference.
So if you, yeah, last 5 minutes, because we're not going to spend any time on these last 10 steps. We're just going to let you know what they are. So when you hand this PDF to somebody, when they join you initially, just have them write down 4 people that might want to level up with them. And the step 1 is just saying, hey, can I invite you into this level up community? Not, hey, you don't have to throw themselves out there to the wolves on day 1. Just find 4 people that want to get in the community. Hey, just get here and look around, see what we're doing. And then let them start asking you questions. It'll make that whole process easier. But just as a reminder, choose your pack. Get your subscribe and save so you get free shipping. Drink your water. Download the New Age app. Become a member of the Level Up Life Facebook group. Start posting. A requirement is to post in our secure, family-oriented Level Up Life. Not to all your friends yet. We're not going to throw a brand new person out there to the wolves if they're not a social media person. It would petrify them. I'm still working on it myself. Chris is. We're I'm above 50. Chris is above 60. We're behind the curve. We have to play catch up at all times with this social media stuff. Brent's only in his 40s. He grew up. He is a millennial. And then Anthony is a true millennial. So we're all, depending on ages, have to kind of go through it. But as we end now, one more slide, Ant. Again, we covered that. We're out of time. Just want to show you that you can graduate after 60 days into Level Up Hard, which is phase 2. Or you can do phase 2 along with phase 1, which looks like to me a ton of people on our Facebook group are doing. But if you do this, it is 120 days. It is not a 60-day program. It takes 120 days to reset your habits, to reset your body, to reset everything. And you've got to do all 10 things for it to really count. So if you're not doing all 10 things, you're just really in your first 60 days practicing on your next 60 days. But let's run through those 4 real quick. We're going to do this really, really quick. So the next thing to add will be making sure that you plug in to 10 minutes a day of something to grow your mind. It could be listening to scripture. It could be listening to your favorite motivational speaker. It could be listening to something on our industry, listening to videos on your app, learning our products. It could be plugging into a Zoom. It could be plugging into Myra Miles and Brent Palmer's coaches call. It could be anything. Anything y'all want to add on 7, Chris or Brent?
No, I just know that if I can just say that this is something I've done for years anyway. So this was easy. I like to listen, and I have things I follow on Instagram. So I'm a Jim Rohn guy. It doesn't matter who the person is. You can be your pastor. I think just growing your mind. I think Kristen said that on her things, where she said, growing your mind is as important and getting yourself into another mode. So we've got a lot of people that started in that 60 days. I saw Richard Hawkins on here. I think he's going to be beast mode here for too long. He's really gotten serious for a guy.
He's killing it, Chris.
He's blowing my mind. So, I mean, I'm like, dude, I think it's made Richard Tuggle push harder because he sees Richard Hawkins stuff. So, but we're all,
I haven't seen Tuggle post. I think Tuggle's eating cupcakes and lying to us.
He must be, because I do know he's on that treadmill all the time, though. He loving that treadmill. I just think he's got his set where it runs. I just don't believe he's doing as many miles as he says. I'm giving him a hard time now. We're going to pick on Richard Tuggle. But anyway, the fact is that it doesn't matter. I know I'm not going to ever be at the level some of the others with my age. I'm not going to move up. But you know what? I'm going to mention one person. Betty Cooper's in her 70s. She's posting constantly, and she's getting in her mile, and she's drinking in her water, and you can see it in her skin. So, folks, if you want your health to truly change, 60 days to see what's going to happen, 60 days to reset your system. I can already feel the difference in my own system. And I've been here 8 years taking great products. But all the things together combined have made a huge difference in my life. Coach Rowland, you close us out. Coach Palmer, either one.
So step 8, You can do either or, and they're interchangeable. Jog a mile or walk 2, or you can do if walk 2 is your choice, you can do, that's about a 40-minute walk for most people. It can be done in 30, but 40 for most. 40 minutes of anything equivalent. So if you like to swim, if you want to ride a bike, you either got to run and really get your cardiovascular system up if you've only got 10 or 12 minutes, or you got to do 40 minutes of something. It says 7 days a week, but I'm huge on taking a Sabbath day. So if you can have a day a week off, it will not count against you if that is your Sabbath, or there's just one day you can't get anything in. But I will tell you, busy days aren't an excuse. We're trying to create new habits because busy days are the norm. You got to build this into your daily habits, which is what Level Up is trying to do. Step 9, be like Brent Palmer and go for a 5-mile run. He's killing me. Number 9, this scares people too. But I'm going to tell you, this is a fact. If you are in the weight loss phase and you have a lot to lose, your body will be flexible with what you do. But at some point in your weight loss journey, you will plateau. And it is little bitty things that keep those plateaus from being broken. And nothing is more detrimental to you getting to your desired goal than a glass of any type of alcohol. Alcohol is sugar. It will spike insulin. It will wreak havoc in our bodies, and it will take our bodies time to recover. I heard Tim Sells say this early on, that if you got to drink and weight loss is a goal of yours, drink it all in one day, because it's going to take you 2 to 3 days to get back to losing weight. That's better than having a glass of wine daily, because if you have a glass of wine daily, even if you've eaten perfectly, you're sabotaging your ability to burn fat, because you're putting glucose in the blood and glycogen back in your liver and muscle. And then the last piece of that is number 10 is we've got to, at that point, start posting on our own social media. I'm still not doing this daily. Brent Palmer we're not going to go into beast mode today. We'll just wait and cover beast mode next week. We'll end with number 10. Brent and Anthony are my heroes, because they do it on both Level Up and on their own back platforms. Chris, you and I are getting good at doing it daily, but we're going to get better. I mean, we all have to grow in our weak areas, and that's what Level Up's all about.
The only thing I want to make sure I say is, don't feel like you're a failure if you didn't get posted and if you didn't get your water down. We're all going to have days we don't do everything as perfect as we want. But get focused. It's just to help you keep focus back in. I mean, that's just what it's about. Coach Palmer?
Well, and I just want to say this as we end today. So tomorrow night, I'm going to do a Zoom, and with Andrea Rosser, and we're going to have some guests on, some testimonies about Level Up. I think Pastor Clark Snow is going to be on talking about it. But we're going to reiterate these slides. Like we're going to go back over these slides. And me and Coach Rowland and Chris Doyle was talking about this yesterday. We have got to ingrain in people the movement of Level Up. They've got to see these slides over and over and over again. It's kind of like 2-a-day football practice. Like, you just got to get it in you. I got people right now that you might watch this today and go, well, I'm a little bit confused where to start. It's hey, jump back on tomorrow night, right? Because the more you see this, the more you plug in, you're going to realize it's a very simple system, and you just got to simply start. But you're going to see that every place has a location, and we've got videos and we've got PDFs that you can download. The system is super simple that an 8-year-old could follow. And so you're going to see that. And I think, Coach, we've all vowed that we're just going to keep reiterating over and over and over this system of Level Up, because once you get it and you see it, oh, wow, it's a game changer. So plug your team back in tomorrow night on the Sunday night call, because it's just going to be a recap of today tomorrow night. And you'll even learn more and more, because you're seeing the same thing.
I'm going to add one thing.
Can somebody throw tomorrow night's Zoom number in there? I see some people asking for it.
Anthony, I'm sure can do that. He's amazing. He's a multitasker. So Anthony will put the Zoom number in for tomorrow night. That'll be done. And one thing I was going to say for those who said, what am I going to do for 10 minutes a day to build my mind? Folks, Coach Palmer goes to the trouble. I don't know how he's so disciplined. He does a coach's call every morning at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Guys, that's 10 minutes of building your mind with someone who knows what's going on. If you just plug into Coach Palmer for 10 or 15 minutes in the mornings, I'd say I plugged in a few times and just listened. It's great information with he and Coach Myra. It's just good stuff to hear from. That'll build your mind as well. The more you plug in, if there's one thing I will tip, someone would ask me, what was my tip of success in this industry in 20 years? I didn't quit and I plugged in. Those two things, simple as that. I didn't quit and I plugged in. And when things didn't work smooth, I didn't quit and I plugged in. And that's just it. Guys, I think it was a great Saturday. Anything else you want to add, Coach? I always call it the coaches here. Now I got the coaches corner. That's what you call it on the mornings. I got the coaches
We
corner.
can unmute everybody, Chris, and let everybody say
That'd
hello.
be Anthony. Anthony's right.
Can't brag on everybody enough. It is for an ex-football coach that misses part of that aspect. It has been just awesome. I've spent more time on social media in the last 2 weeks than I probably spent my whole lifetime. I can't get enough. I mean, I just go and see how much weight Melissa Jackson lost today, and how much I got to see who Deb's kicking in the face, and it's just awesome. I just love it.
Tad Niblett, the training Tad
Tad
Niblett's
Niblett,
doing
he's
is
killing
unbelievable.
me.
God, he's killing it.
He's killing it.
He's in his 50s. He's rocking it, baby.
I think Coach
I
Niblett
can't
is
walk, but I'm coming.
Right there.
Thank you. Great Zoom.
Thank you so much. That was phenomenal.
That was
Thank you
awesome.
so very much.
Awesome, Zoom. Thanks.
Fantastic level
I think it's
up.
great.
Level
Thank you
up.
so much, guys. Amazing.
Ladies,
Thank you so much for all the
Awesome
information.
call.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. I love you.
Thank
Great
you.
commentary.
Level
Great
up,
commentary.
everyone.
This has
Great.
been
Very interesting. Hot chocolate, you look great.